Hello dear students, in this session let us study the concept of quasi-linear PDE. Okay. So in the previous session we had studied the semi-linear PDE, how to solve semi-linear PDE. The general equation for semi-linear PDE is a of x comma y ux plus b of x comma y uy is equal to c of x comma y comma u. This was the semi-linear partial differential equations general form, right? We were solving this type of equation. In this session, let us concentrate on quasi-linear partial differential equation. Okay. So the general form of quasi-linear partial differential equation is a of x comma y comma u into ux plus b of x comma y comma u into uy is equal to c of x comma y comma u. This is the general form of your quasi-linear partial differential equation. The coefficient of your ux, that means partial derivative of u with respect to x. This is partial derivative of u with respect to y. The coefficient of your dou u by dou y and dou u by dou x will be the functions. It may be constant or it may be function of x or y or u or combination of these three things also. So this is the quasi-linear partial differential equation. The method of characteristic for solving your quasi-linear partial differential equation is very similar to that of your semi-linear partial differential equation. Okay, the only thing which changes is your general equation form, that's it. Other than that, all this Cauchy data, here your equation will become a of x comma y comma u, x comma y comma u, right? So according to that you will get a change over here. Apart of that, the procedure will be very similar to that of semi-linear partial differential equation. So this part of the work is left out for you. You have to derive that method of characteristic for solving quasi-linear partial differential equation for your Cauchy's problem. Okay, I will directly move on to problems. Let's see the problems and let's solve problems on quasi-linear partial differential equation. This is the given quasi-linear partial differential equation. So I have taken that equation as equation number 1. Okay, you can now what you will do, you will compare this equation with your standard quasi-linear partial differential equation, so that you can get the value of a of x comma y comma u, b of x comma y comma u and c of x comma y comma u. This is the characteristic equation for your equation 1. You can observe this is very similar to that of your semi-linear partial differential equation, isn't it? So now this is the given data. U is equal to x when y is equal to 0. Since the value of x is not given, initially x naught of s will be equal to s. Y is 0, so when t is equal to 0, you will get y naught of s, that is nothing but 0. And u is u of x naught of s comma y naught of s. That's how we write, right? U of x comma y is equal to x. At t is equal to 0, you will get u of x naught of s comma y naught of s is equal to x naught of s. U of x naught of value is yes and y naught of value is 0. Again this is x naught of s, I have yes here. So u of s comma 0 is nothing but yes. So these are all the initial steps you must write. Okay, so now we will take characteristic equation and we have to find out the value of x, y. Finally the solution will be in terms of x and y for u. But here if you observe, du by dt is 0 and dx by dt is u. So first I cannot find out the value of dx by dt since it is depending on u. So now I will solve these two equations. First I will get u value here, I will substitute here the value of u. From that I can find out the value of x. Okay, so first let's consider equation number 3. from equation 3 we have dy by dt is equal to 1. So using variable separable method, if you integrate this, you will get, on integrating, we get y is equal to t plus c1. So now I have to find out the value of c1. For that I will choose when t is equal to 0, y naught of s is equal to c1 and the value of y naught of s is 0. So c1 is equal to 0. Substitute this value here. You will get y is equal to t. I will call this as equation number 5. Similarly, let's find out the value of u from equation number 4. We have du by dt is equal to 0. So if you integrate this, you will get the value of u. This implies du is equal to 0. On integrating, you will get u is equal to c1. So when t is equal to 0, you will get u naught of s comma 0 will be equal to c1. So c1 is nothing but s. Consider one more constant, that is c2. So c2 is s. Therefore the value of u is s. Now I will call this as equation number 6. Use equation number 6 in your equation number 2. From that you can find out the value of x. Okay. From equation 2 we have dx by dt is equal to u. So this implies dx by dt is equal to s. This is from 6. On integrating, we get x is equal to s into t plus c3. Right? So when t is equal to 0, x naught of s is equal to c3. So this implies c3 is equal to s. Substitute this value here. You will get x is equal to st plus s, or you can write this as s into t plus 1. The final solution is actually u, but u is depending on the value of s. Here if you observe, s is depending on t also. So now I will consider your equation number 5 and equation number 6. That is, equation 5 is y is equal to t and equation 6 is u is equal to s. Using these two, I can write x as x is equal to s is nothing but u, t is nothing but y plus 1. This is from equation 5 and 6. So from this we can write the solution for u, that is u is equal to x by y plus 1, which is independent of both s and t. So this is my final solution. Here I have mentioned two more problems which is very similar to your first problem. Try to solve that and consider this as an assignment. The next problem is solve y plus u ux plus y into uy is equal to x minus y with u is equal to 1 plus x when y is equal to 1. Okay, so this is the given quasi-linear partial differential equation. This is the standard form. On comparing your given equation with the standard, you will get a, b, c values. So I have taken the characteristic equation. Now if you observe the characteristic equation, dx by dt is depending on the value of u and du by dt is depending on the value of x and y itself, right? So now dy by dt is only the value which is independent of x and u. For that, what I will do is I will first consider your equation number 3. From that I will find out the value of y. Then using simplifications, let's move on to find the value of x and u. Before that, we have to consider the given data. Given data is u is equal to 1 plus x, y is equal to 1. So initially t will be 0. When t is 0, x value is not given. So we have considered that x naught of s is yes, y naught of s is 1, and u naught of s comma 1 is 1 plus s. Now using your equation number 3, that is dy by dt is equal to y, on variable separable method, if you integrate, you will get log y is equal to t plus c1, or you can write this as y is equal to e power t plus c1. Right? So when t is equal to 0, we have to find out the value of c1. You will get e power c1 is equal to 1. So log 1 is 0, c1 will become 0. On substituting the value of c1, you will get y is equal to e power t. So this is the solution of y. Using now, what I will do is I will consider your equation number 2, that is dx by dt. dy, if you differentiate this equation, you will get dy by dt plus du by dt. dy by dt is y, du by dt is x minus y. If you add those two equations, you will get an equation in terms of x itself, right? So let's move further. This is your equation number 2, that is dx by dt is equal to y plus u. Now differentiate your equation number 2 with respect to t. Differentiate equation 2 with respect to t. You will get d square x by dt square is equal to dy by dt plus du by dt. Now substitute the value of dy by dt. What I have for dy by dt is y, right? So y plus du by dt is x minus y. Minus y plus y gets cancelled. You will get d square x by dt square is equal to x. So this is nothing but your second order differential equation. You can solve this equation by using the method of auxiliary equation. So this implies d square x by dt square minus x is equal to 0. For this, the auxiliary equation will be m square minus 1 is equal to 0. M is equal to plus or minus 1. Therefore, the solution of x is c1 e power t plus c2 e power minus t. Call this as equation number 6. Okay. So now again, when t is equal to 0, you will get x naught of s is equal to c1 plus c2. Okay, use another constant because here I have used c1. I will make this as c2 and c3. Okay. X naught of s is yes, so this implies c2 plus c3 is equal to s. I cannot solve this equation for my unknowns, so what I will do is I will consider equation in terms of u now. Okay, that is, if it's able to solve for c2 and c3, then you will get the solution for x. After that, you can substitute x and y value and you can evaluate for u. But here I cannot solve c2 and c3 for this condition. That's why what I will do is I will consider same equation number 2. From equation number 2, let's find out the solution for u first. Okay. So from 2, we have dx by dt is equal to y plus u. I can write this equation as u is equal to dx by dt minus y. What is dx by dt? I have x. If I differentiate this with respect to t, I will get the solution for dx by dt. So u is equal to x is c2 e power t plus c3 e power minus t. C2 is constant. Differentiation of e power t is e power t itself. Here I have e power minus t. If I differentiate this, I will get minus into e power minus t. So that's why I will write this as minus c3 into e power minus t. And we know the value of y, right? From your equation number 5, we have y is equal to e power t. Substitute here, minus e power t. So if you solve this, you will get u is equal to e power t into c2 minus 1 minus c3 into e power minus t. So when t is equal to 0, you will get this will x naught of s is equal to c2 plus c3. So now for this, if I substitute t is equal to 0, you will get u naught of s comma 1 is equal to e power 0 is 1 c2 minus 1 minus c3. So what is u naught of s comma 1? That is 1 plus s. 1 plus s, shift this minus 1 to this side, you will get plus 1 is equal to c2 minus c3. So c2 minus c3 is equal to 2 plus s, right? Call this as equation number 7 and this as equation number 8. Now if you solve your equation 7 and 8, you will get your unknowns, right? First I will add those two equations. Adding 7 and 8, we get, if I add these two equations, c3 gets cancelled. You will get 2c2 is equal to 2s plus 2. So now c2 will be s plus 1, right? If you substitute this value to any of your equation 7 and 8, you will get the value of c3. Therefore, using equation number 7, we have c2 plus c3 is equal to s. c2 is s plus 1 plus c3 is equal to s. If you shift these two terms to your right hand side, you will get c3 as minus 1. So now substitute this in your equation number 6, so that you will get the value of your x. Therefore x is equal to s plus 1 into e power t minus e power minus t. Call this as equation number 9. Similarly, u will be equal to e power t into s plus 1 minus 1 minus minus 1 into e power minus t. So this implies u is equal to s into e power t plus e power minus t. Call this as equation number 10. So now the next step is I have to eliminate s and t in my solution, right? So for that, what I will do is I will substitute your equation number 5, that is y is equal to e power t, in your equation number 10. Okay, so substituting 5 in 10. First let's substitute that for 9. You will get x is equal to s plus 1 into y minus 1 by y. solve this, you will get x plus 1 by y is equal to s plus 1 into y. So s plus 1 is equal to x by y plus 1 by y square. This implies s is equal to 1 by y into x plus 1 by y minus 1. This is yes. Call this as equation number 11. From equation number 10 we have u is equal to s into e power t plus e power minus t, right? So we know the value of s and we know that e power t is nothing but y. This implies u is equal to, substitute the value of s, 1 over y into x plus 1 by y minus 1 into y plus 1 by y. Y gets cancelled. You will get u is equal to x plus 1 by y minus y plus 1 by y. So this is nothing but u is equal to x minus y plus 2 by y. This is my final solution, which is independent of s and t. The next problem is u square minus y square into ux plus xy into uy plus xu is equal to 0 with u is equal to y is equal to x. So this is the given PDE. I have just shifted this xu to my right hand side so that you will get minus xu, just to compare with the general equation. Okay, so these are all the values of a, b and c. I have just considered the characteristic equation. Then from the given data, u is equal to y is equal to x. When t is equal to 0, I can write these three conditions, right? So now if you observe your equation 2, equation 3 and equation 4, all equations are interdependent. That is, you can say that as coupled equations. So here, in order to find out the value of x, I should know what is u and y. If I want to find out y, I should find out the value of x. Here, if I want to find out u, I should know what is x, right? So since all three equations are coupled equation, here what I have done is, I have taken your equation number 3 and 4. I'm just dividing 3 by 4. So that you will get an equation in terms of y and u. So using variable separable method, you can find the value of the combination of y and u. So if you integrate this, you will get log y is equal to minus log u. Since it is in the form of log, I have just chosen my constant also in terms of log. Okay, so log y plus log u is equal to log c1. Using the properties of logarithm, you will get log of yu is equal to c1. So c1 is yu. This is log c, right? Okay, so now I have to find out the value of c1. For that, what I should do, I will consider t is equal to 0. If t is equal to 0, c1 is equal to y naught of s, u naught of s comma s. We know the values of these two. If you substitute, you will get the value of c1. So now yu is equal to s square. Again, what I have done is, I have just divided your equation 2 by equation 4, so that you will get dx by du. Just do variation separable method here also. You will get x dx is equal to, since I have negative sign here, I have just multiplied minus to these two. Okay, you will get y square minus u square divided by u into du. So the left hand side retained as it is. This is equal to, I have just taken 1 by u outside. From equation 5, we know yu is equal to s square. So now, what is u here? I can write y as y will be s square by u, right? So I will just substitute s square by u in the place of y. Since it is y square will be s square by u whole square. This is nothing but s power 4 by u square. Substitute s power 4 by u square minus u square as it is. Okay. Now if I multiply this 1 over u to these two terms, I will get s power 4 by u cube minus u into du. Now integrate this. You will get, if you integrate x with respect to x, it is x square by 2. Here s power 4 is constant. If you integrate 1 by u cube, you will get minus 1 by 2u square, right? Minus, that is nothing but integrating x power n into dx is equal to x power n plus 1 by n plus 1, right? So this is nothing but integration of u power minus 3 into du. You will get x u power minus 2 by minus 2. I can write this as minus 1 by 2 into u square. So this is nothing but this one. S power 4 is constant here. So if you integrate u with respect to u, you will get u square by 2. Along with that, we have a constant, that is c2 by 2. Now x square will be s power 4. I have just divided this 2. Okay, so I can cancel out all 2's, right? So I will get x square is equal to minus s power 4 by u square minus u square plus c2. For c2, I am just rewriting this equation for c2. Now I have to find out the value of c2. For that, I have considered when t is equal to 0. When t is equal to 0, this will become x naught of s. This will become u naught of s comma s, and this is also u naught of s comma s. We know the values of these three. Substitute all the values, and if you simplify this, you will get the value for c2. So since I know the value of c2, I am just substituting here. Now what is s square? S square is nothing but yu. So s power 4 means this is yu whole square, right? Substitute for s, you will get yu whole square plus u square is equal to 3 into s square is nothing but yu. So now just rewrite this equation. Cancel the terms which are able to cancel. You can cancel u square and u square here, so that you will get x square plus y square plus u square is equal to 3yu. So this is nothing but u square minus 3yu. I am just shifting my RHS term to the LHS side, plus x square plus y square is equal to u. You can even write this equation in terms of u also, right? So this is how we solve the equations if it is quasi-linear partial differential equation. In order to find the values of x, y and u, it is depending on your characteristic equation, we will choose the simplification methods. This is not similar to all the problems, right? So if the equations are coupled, if the equations are not coupled, we will check that first. Then for that we will choose the simplifications. So in the next session, I will solve some more problems on quasi-linear partial differential equation, which will be in another forms also. That means the simplification process may be different for them. Okay, thank you.